Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right, so continuing from where we all left off yesterday, we heard the sweet pastime of Srimati Radhika and the making of the outfit for Deepavali, and then how Krishna took the pearl necklace that was given and planted the pearls, and with all the pearls he harvested, he decorated all his cows. And after that, they called off the marriage. So, going forward from there. So, in Barshana, where Srimati Radhika lives, there are 4 hilltops, special areas where she performs pastimes. These are known as Bhanugarh, where her house is; Vilasgarh, where she performs her pastimes; Vilas. Dangarh is a place where she gave charity before to Krishna; and Vilasgarh, Mangarh, where she performs her sulky pastimes. So every morning she goes to Vilasgarh with her manjaris and sakis. Vilasgarh is a very beautiful area in Barshana, where there's a beautiful stream and many flowers, a kunj, and a pond where Radhika will bathe with her friends. So every morning Radhika goes there with her friends, and there are many animals there, like deer cubs. Radhika will feed. Every morning she will pet and feed this deer. Also the suka parrot, she will feed pomegranate seeds and rice. So every day she's very happily playing there. At this time, Radhika is still very young. She's not yet Kishori, she is very young. Just a few years old, maybe 5 or 6 years old. So ever since this pastime happened of the pearls, and the marriage was called off, then Radhika and Krishna were both experiencing a lot of separation, thinking that we are so close. Because they are Shakti, Shakti Mator, they are one Atma, and they have divided to perform pastimes, so their natural desire or inclination is to be together, to come together. But now this obstacle has come in their meeting. They are still able to meet sometimes, but not in the same way as they would be. They were thinking, oh, we would have been married, we would have always been together. Radhika was thinking also that I would have been able to cook for him every day. Radhika also wanted to cook for Krishna. But now she's not able to cook for Krishna. Nanda Jashoda requested, let Radhika come and cook. And they did not agree. Vrishabhanu and Kirtida said, let Krishna come every day and eat at Parshana, but Nanda and Jashoda did not agree. So Radhika was feeling very much pained at heart that she was not able to cook for her beloved Krishna. And on top of that, there was the sadness of the cancelling of their betrothal. So at this time, Radhika was feeling great sadness. And in this way, she would still perform her different daily activities. She was going to Vilasgarh in the morning and so forth. So one day, at Vilasgarh, when she was there in the early morning, all the manjaris and sakis went from Vilasgarh and came running to Bhanugarh. Bhanugarh is where their palace is, where they live, Sri Mandir. So 6 or 7 of the manjaris and sakis came running very fast into the house of Vrishabhanu and Kirtida. And they ran up quickly to Vrishabhanu and Kirtida and said, oh no, oh no, oh no. What happened? What happened? They were like breathing heavily. They'd been running all the way from Vilasgarh. And they were very disturbed. And they were weeping and saying, Radhika has been bit by a snake. And they were weeping uncontrollably. Oh Kirtida, oh Vrishabhanu, Radhika has been bit by a snake. And so immediately it was like they went white in fear. They did not know what to do. We can imagine. There are some snakes that are so poisonous that by being bit by this snake, maybe you have a half hour or 1 hour or a few hours to live. There are some snakes that are that deadly. Some snakes, even a few minutes. So they said, Radhika's been bit by a snake and she's turning blue. You can imagine, Radhika is so beautiful and golden, but now she's turning blue. And so the Manjaris were like, what to do? They were completely overwhelmed with and bewildered. And Vrishabhanu and Kirti, they thought, immediately when they were in trouble, then they thought, let us call our Gurudev. So the Gurudev of the Brajabasis is Bhagavati Purnamasi. They said, quickly go and run and tell Purnamasi. And so they all went together to Purnamasi's place where she was staying. She is like an ascetic. So she lives by the river. She has a small kutir. So they ran to Purnamasi and told her the dire emergency. So Purnamasi listened and then she said, okay, let me consider what to do. So Purnamasi closed her eyes and she was thinking. We heard that before Purnamasi was thinking, if Radha Krishna are married, then it will not fully enable the relishment of their Madhurya Ras. So she was the one who was influential in arranging that this pastime happened where Radha Krishna would not be married. And so she thought, now Radhika is feeling so much separation because of this. And also she is feeling so much separation because just a short while ago, Radhika's birthday was celebrated in Barshana, and Krishna ate her cooking for the first time, and Krishna was eating with so much enthusiasm. Radhika was so blissful, finally I'm able to feed my beloved Krishna. And then they requested she would come and cook, but it didn't work out. So because of that, Radhika was feeling more separation. And then Purnamasi also thought, in Vilasa, every day Radhika is feeding the parrots, the peacocks, and the mongoose. And especially the peacocks and mongoose are the enemies of snakes. But they're higher up on in the animal kingdom. They're more dangerous. So peacocks are famous. If you have a snake problem, you bring some peacocks into your home or in that where you live. And they'll eat all the snakes or scare away all the snakes. And mongoose are the same way. So Purnamasi thought, Radhika, every day she's playing and feeding the mongoose and the peacocks. How could she have been bit by a snake there? All the snakes are afraid of that area. So she thought, definitely this is the snake bite of separation. She thought, this is not an ordinary snake bite. If it's an ordinary snake bite, some special medicine could be used. But this is a very special snake bite of separation. And this fire of this separation is burning Srimati Radhika. So what can we do? So then Purnamasi opened her eyes. And she said that in Braj, there's only one person who has the special blessings to be able to remove the poison of a snake bite. Don't you remember a few months ago when Kaliya was in the river Kalindi at Kaliya Hrad, that lake, and all the sakas and the calves fell senseless. And it was like they were on the point of death from the poisonous fumes coming from the lake of Kaliya. And Krishna, by his power, he rejuvenated them all. And then just see, Krishna jumped into the river, into the lake, and defeated Kaliya. Even though Kaliya was biting Krishna hundreds of places on his body, still Krishna was not affected by the poison. So only Krishna can remove this snake poison. Only Nanda Nandan can do this in Braj. You must go to Nanda Nandan. So Kirtida and Vrishabhanu heard this, and they were thinking, oh, recently we just rejected their proposal. They will be very... But anyhow, they have so much love for Radha, definitely they will immediately agree. But then Purnamasi also said, look, if you want to go and ask this help from them, you should also agree to their proposal. Purnamasi herself said, and Purnamasi is the guru of the Brajabasis. So if she says something, they will be bound to follow. If you neglect the order of your guru, it's considered a very great a very great danger in your life will come. It's a great sin. So therefore, they immediately took this instruction of Purnamasi and quickly went to Nandagaon. Because they were thinking, it was early morning, the sun was rising, and they thought, we don't know how long will Radhika be able to last now. How many hours she has to live with that snake bite. So they quickly went to Nanda Bhavan and went to Nanda Jashoda and prayed to them, please, or like we can imagine, in great sadness and agony. They were saying, our Lali Shrimati Radhika has been bitten by a snake and she has turned blue. And some foam is coming from her mouth. This is one symptom of ecstasy in separation. So Radhika was experiencing all these symptoms of separation from Krishna, and it was making her body, one of the symptoms of Ashtasatvik Bhav, the eightfold symptoms of ecstasy, is that your body will become discolored. It will change colors rapidly. Foam will come from the mouth. So they were thinking, it's like Radhika has this poison is so strong that foam is coming and she's becoming blue. So what to do? So they said only Nanda Nandan can help her. Purnamasi said this. So immediately Nanda and Jashoda were like, okay, they have so much love for Radhika. Immediately they were ready. And they weren't thinking like some kind of exchange. But still, Vrishabhanu and Kirti said, don't worry. Please just ask him to come and help. Afterwards, we promise Radhika can come and cook. So we started this discussion for the last 3 days. How did Radhika start to cook for Krishna? So this is the sequence of the pastimes. So then Nanda and Jashoda and Vrishabhanu and Kirti, they all went to Krishna. And Krishna was like minding his business, playing with Baladev and the Sakas. And Nanda and Jashoda came before him and said, Lala, Kanaya, something very important has come up. You have a very important seva. Oh yes, Maya? Oh, Radhika has been bit by a snake and only you can save her. Purnamasi said like this, you have the special blessing of Bhagavan Narayan that you can remove this. And Krishna was like, he like made a sour face and shook his head, no. Krishna was also a young boy, 5, 6 years old. He said, no. Why? They were shocked. Why will you not go and save her? He said, oh, all the Brajbasis are always criticizing me. Say, I'm so attached to the gopis. I'm always meeting with the gopis. I'm so attached to Radhika. They're always abusing me, criticizing me. I'm such a pure brahmachari. I never even think of any girls. And yet still you're trying to make me go and do this. Then what will they say? I've never even touched or thought of a girl. And now you're going to try and go and make me remove the poison. So what will they say then? So they were like, oh, Krishna won't go. They said, please. They had to beg Krishna again and again. Vrishabhanu, Kirti, and Nanda Jashoda, if you don't go just at once, then we don't know how long she has to live. So finally Krishna said, okay, but I won't touch her. I'll just say something in her ear. I'll just speak a special mantra that will remove the poison. So then Krishna and the Sakas, they quickly ran all the way to Barshana, like a race. Very quickly ran to Varshana. It's 5 kilometers away. But just very quickly, within a few minutes, 15, 20 minutes, they reached Vilasa. It said Braj has this power of expanding and contracting according to the needs of Krishna and Srimati Radhika. So very quickly, Krishna reached Vilasa, and Radhika's whole family was there, looking after her, fanning, making sure she was cool. So Krishna said, everyone stay a little bit at a distance. I must go and perform my cure. So then Krishna came close and he began to whisper in Srimati Radhika's ear. So what was his mantra that he spoke to Radhika? We can imagine. Krishna came forward and whispered in her ear, "O Priya, O beloved," very softly, "O Priya, O beloved, don't worry, now there will be no more obstacles in our meeting. This pastime came only to remove all the obstacles in our meeting. Now every day you'll be able to come to Nanda Bhavan and cook. Every day we'll be able to meet at the kirak. Kirak means the cow shed where the cows are milked before Radhika comes, and the way Krishna is able to meet with her. Some places in Nanda Bhavan, sometimes they sneak a quick meeting. There's a Radha Bagh garden where sometimes they can meet. So he said, there'll be no obstacles anymore in our meeting. You'll be able to come. Everything has been solved. Please now, get up. So as soon as Radhika heard these words of her beloved, then sense started to return, because she was senseless in the fire of separation, but now sense started to return and her body started to return back to her complexion of Gaurangi. Before, she was so absorbed in Sham that she became the color of Sham. Like sometimes Mahaprabhu is so absorbed in Krishna, he attains the color of Krishna. Sometimes Krishna is so absorbed in Radhika, he takes on the golden complexion of Radhika. So sometimes Radhika is so absorbed in separation from Krishna, she takes on the bluish complexion of Sham. But then when she heard again, we'll be able to meet together, then her normal complexion returned, and Radhika sat up. And all the Brajabasis were there sighed in deep relief. And then Purnamasi went and gave some special kind of rasayan. Rasayan is a special kind of medicine that gives vigor and vitality. So Radhika drank this, and in this way, Radhika was cured. And then only a few short days later, she began to go and cook in Nanda Bhavan. So at that point, Kirtida and Vrishabhanu said, okay, Srimati Radhika will go and cook in Nanda Bhavan. But then they were thinking, still she's very young, how will she cook alone? Kirtida said, I will come with her and cook. But Nanda Jashoda said, no, you don't have to worry. I will prepare everything. Rohini and Jashoda, they said, we'll prepare everything. She doesn't have to work hard, don't worry. She just has to come and look at everything and oversee everything, and then all her special potency will enter into it. Whatever the consciousness is of the person who is cooking, that enters within the food. And all the love and everything will enter the food. And Srimati Radhika had the boon from Durvasa that whatever she cooked would be immortal nectar, and whoever would take it would have a long life. So that was the original reason why they asked her. Nanda and Jashoda said, look, we aren't trying to make Radhika come and be like a house servant. That's not our mood. But it's a special circumstance, because you see, every other day a new demon is coming and attacking Braj and trying to kill Krishna. Sometimes Keshi, sometimes Kaliya, sometimes Putana came, and Agasura came, Bakasura came. So many demons are coming, Dhenukasura, and trying to kill Krishna. So Radhika has this boon from Durvasa that whatever she cooks, whoever she gives it to, whoever eats it, will have a very long life, will be very healthy, will not be defeated by their enemies. So if your Lali comes and cooks for Krishna, we have a little bit of hope that he will be able to survive all these attacks, because it wasn't a normal thing that every other day some demon is coming to Braj and attacking Krishna. So this was the basis of them requesting it also. On one hand, Krishna was like skinny, he wasn't eating so much, and they saw that when Krishna went to Barshana at Radhika's birthday, he was eating so nicely. And then on the other hand, there's so many demons attacking, so they said, oh, if Radhika comes and cooks for Krishna, then he'll be strong. So we can say that why was Krishna so strong and protected from the demons? Because Radhika is cooking for him every day. Without Radhika cooking, then Krishna doesn't have so much Shakti. Like when Krishna lifted Giriraj, he lifted him with the left pinky. And the left side is Srimati Radhika's side, and the pinky is the leftist side. So this was all Srimati Radhika's Shakti. So when Krishna sometimes brags, oh, I lifted Giriraj, they say, no, you didn't. Actually, it was only Radhika's power by which you lifted Giriraj. So in this way, Srimati Radhika went to Nanda Bhavan and began to cook. Okay? Please subscribe down there for our channel and hit the bell icon for notifications, and share this with your friends. Radhe Radhe.